noise.
Welcome back to the next part of this Truth and Rhythm episode. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. If you've already done so, please share it with friends. Also become a member by joining Truth and Rhythm on Patreon, or consider donating at funkandstuff.net. Thank you so much for your interest and support. Enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, and it's really good too, man, that, anybody watching this is going to see, all of these guys that are like musical, if not heavyweights, middleweight, light heavy or whatever. But, either way, we're old dogs in the game. And only a fraction of this conversation is about sharps and flats. So much of this is about life. Music is life. Food is life. Right. All of this stuff is life. And all we're trying to do is do what we can so that we can keep living, and so that everybody else listening, maybe they'll pick up a stick here and say, maybe I can do X, A, B, C, X, Y, Z to keep living also. And my wife made a very brilliant observation. By the way, I'm going to tell Donna that I spoke with you, Tommy. Anyway, she said that when people come to see you, all they want to do is forget about their problems. If they're listening to you, even positive or negative, they're checking you out and they're not thinking about what they got to go through at home. You have done your job.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why it's essential for you to be there and be on time and give the people what they've paid their hard-earned money for, and not get on stage and tell them how blessed they are that you even showed up.
Oh, I know what you talk about.
I'm offended by that, quite frankly.
Me too, man.
Yeah, because I mean, we work too hard to have the opportunities to play these places. I live in Atlanta, where they used to have the Royal Peacock Theater here. That Little Richard and Gladys Knight and Ray Charles and all the artists that were from here, they couldn't play the Fox Theater. And
is that on Auburn?
I think it might have been on Auburn, but it doesn't exist anymore.
Right, I know.
And it should, because it's just the history behind it. But I mean, they had to play there because they couldn't play in the other houses. There were places that we couldn't go. There were places that, you can play on stage, but you coming in the back door.
Right.
Yeah. And all of that kind of stuff. And then for you to stand on stage and disrespect that legacy like that. And, somebody's fortunate you're lucky my blood rot, you come to see me. Who the hell do you think you are? You are pissing on the graves of Dinah Washington. You are pissing on the graves of Dinah Washington and Ray Charles and James Brown and all of these people who made it possible for you to even go anywhere and be heard and seen.
I got a quick story, man. My band was guilty of that. Dick Clark asked us to be on American Bandstand, and we were honored. So we went there, set up. Everybody knows you lip sync on American Bandstand. Sure. Everybody does it. It's not Soul Train.
Right. No, we lip sync on Soul Train too.
But not in my day. We actually played live in '73.
Yeah,
there were 3 or 4 artists that were alive to do that. Yeah.
So we're all set up, ready to go, and here comes Mr. Clark, right? And he's going, so where's the band? And the band pulls up. You know what? We don't play live. We don't play. And I'm going, what kind of attitude is that? I don't understand. This is American Bandstand. Nah, we're not doing it. Do you know the band packed up? And Dick Clark came to us and he's like scratching his head and he's looking at us. I don't understand what you guys just blew anything that I would ever do for you.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's the ego was it didn't pop. It got bigger, and it lasted decades, and that's the kind of attitude that we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's
and I'm not saying this to diminish anybody's credibility, but that is the difference between knowing a band like Cameo or like Lakeside or one of those bands. Now ask somebody if they know Mandrill. They may know the music, but they don't know the band.
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah. And you ask somebody if they know Cameo. Oh yeah, the red thing, yeah, sure. But Lakeside, oh yeah, the pirate thing, yeah. Because we know, man, you had to go out and do the work. I don't give a rat's ass if it was a car wash opening or whatever it was, but you showed up and you gave 1,000% every time. This is what you did. You didn't even get up there and go, man, it ain't but 20 people out here. 20 people finna catch wreck. Because that's what we get ready to do. If they don't tell us to get your ass back on the bus because we got to get out of here, then we get ready to go out here.
They got to climb. They got to get you off the stage.
Right.
Those 20 people pay good money to see you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and,
you can
and
talk
got babysitters and did whatever they had to do.
Whatever. It's your job. It's your
job. It is your job.
Is your spirit? Yes. Is it creative? Yes. It's a whole bunch of things. But if you're doing this professionally, it is your job first and foremost.
If somebody's cutting you a check, that means somebody else paid. So somebody paid to come and see you do your job. Do it the best you can. I know you sick, baby. Get up and take you some Tylenol and get your ass out there on that stage and make like you're loving it.
It's so funny. That's the one thing I've always, even without even thinking about it, that was one thing that was always paramount to me, no matter what. I don't care if it was two people, because, we came from the New York City Players, man. We were, before Cameo, it was the New York City Players. We were in a red van driving up and down the East Coast out to Michigan to do cover songs and in the dead of night and stark winter.
Yep.
Paying
happy
those
to do it.
dues, as they say, and happy to do it at 18, 19, 20 years old.
That's right.
So it wasn't even a matter of this is grumbling. No, none of that shit. It was like, this is what I was gifted to do. I'm like, I'm living my dream right here. This is what so it wasn't even a matter of, that kind of stuff, man. No. You play because people pay to see you. You play because you love it, first of all.
Yeah.
That's what you love what you do, but you don't grumble. You play because the people have paid.
And you honor that.
See you. You are, that is a gift, man.
And pride in your craft.
Yeah.
That's an exchange.
Yeah, that's the exchange. What if Freddie Boy used to tell me when we was coming up, he would say, your mama ain't asked you to do this. You better get your ass out there on that stage. But I don't feel good. They didn't feel good either, but they paid.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know how many gigs I did sick, really sick, but it's like these people, they pay good money to see us. Even in riots, we still played where we should have left like everybody else, but it comes down to the music and the people. It's in that exchange is something that, wow.
And these ticket prices now, oh my God.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
Woo!
I did not see Beyonce. I'm gonna go to the theater.
I'm gonna see it. Yeah, I'm gonna spend $13 and go see it.
Yeah, bro, you know what I mean? But I wasn't spending $500. I just couldn't rationalize that in my spirit. It wasn't.
I look at all of that stuff like the movies. Don't go see it when it first come out and pay all of that. It's going to end up in cable at some point.
Oh yeah, well, I knew she was gonna do it.
If you're going to invest in a good sized TV so you get that.
Right.
It'll sound better too.
Exactly. Yeah. Less people standing all over you, all that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh man.
And when I see those
my
ticket
wife-
stubs
my-
from those Mandrill festivals, like
Oh
for
my gosh.
$5,
You're talking like 750,
Man,
650.
I got one of those. Somebody found one, a Cameo ticket. I don't know who else was on the bill, but it was from 79. It's like
Hold on,
$5,
I got something.
$7.
$5.
Yeah,
Who
man.
remembers-
Can you imagine?
Who remembers festival style at Cap Center in DC?
Oh no, I'm a West Coaster.
Festival style.
Festival style. Yeah, no seats. You just buy a ticket.
Oh
walk
yeah, just all on the
over.
floor.
Oh,
general
yeah.
admission.
$8. You will see 5 of the best bands out in one show.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
5.
Well, I remember those original funk festivals at the LA Coliseum. I mean, because they were funk festivals. Now you got Erykah Badu, Raheem Devon. I'm like, where is the funk?
And they call
Really?
it funk, yeah.
No,
they call
no.
it
The
funk.
Funk Festival is now the Jazz Festival.
It ain't even jazz.
But that's
Or
what I mean.
anything
the
but
Jazz
funk.
Festival.
What you
Who's
got?
on the bill?
What you got?
Barcades, Confunction,
Look what he's got
Lakeside,
there.
SOS. That sounds like more like a funk
Now
festival.
that's
than
a funk
jazz
festival, yeah.
You got Cameo on there too, I see.
Yeah.
festival. Yeah. All of that.
Wow.
This is the gig that I was telling you about that we did with you. And it was on my birthday on June 19th at the Capitol Center.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They tore that place down. I cried.
Did they really? It's gone?
It's gone. It's been gone.
Been
man.
gone. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's to rock that joint.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I love that place. Yeah.
Cameo was the fucking loudest funk band
It's always
until
loud.
Tease came, because we were like, you will not be louder than us, god dang it. Because we go to see Cameo, I'm like, okay, we got to get past this. we gotta do it. Oh
Yeah, that's why
man.
my left ear is a little less am I right?
And that's another issue with us too, is hearing.
Hearing, man.
And again, Music Cares, they were going around. I think you can still do it, but they will come and mold your ears for earplugs. And so I got a pair. I keep them in my backpack. Just for good old house music events when I want to get close to the front, because it's way too loud for me. Yeah, man.
A lot of shows I ever saw.
But
I think
our audio health is important.
Is standing in front of Mike Hampton.
Oh,
He
dear
would
God.
play so loud that the pitch would drop.
That's loud.
That's loud. When
That's
you play
loud.
something E and it just drops down to E flat, that is loud.
Oh, you need to
The
check
thing
your
of it
ears
is,
for
you
blood.
think that it only happens over like a course of a couple of years or something. You could do that one time and it'll mess your hearing up for life.
Yeah,
Right.
not good.
Greg, you did that Beverly Theater show, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that show and Cameo at the Hollywood Palladium were two of the loudest shows I ever saw.
I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, we ain't take no prisoners, man.
Oh. Pump up the volume.
Right.
So, who's out there right now in 2023? Did you guys hear any new music or see anybody? Yeah, it could have been someone that's been around a while, even if you saw him at 23. I know you mentioned Glenn Jones, Kip. Anybody see anybody that blew their
Man.
socks off?
There is a duo called The War and Treaty. Michael and Tanya Trotter. Tanya Trotter used to be known as Tanya Blunt. If you are aware of the Sister Act movies, and remember when Lauryn Hill sang His Eyes on the Sparrow. Well, there were two girls. It was Lauryn Hill and Tanya Blunt. Tanya Blunt is now Tanya Trotter. And The War and Treaty is her and her husband, and they're kind of Americana, kind of country, kind of soulful.
I think I saw them on TV.
They were on the CMT awards, and they were just on something honoring Patti LaBelle, the CMAs. And they sang On My Own. It wasn't the Michael McDonald, Patti LaBelle thing.
Yeah.
It was brilliant if you get a chance to go to YouTube and see it. But The War and Treaty, they're nominated for Best New Artist at the Grammys. I'm so excited for them. And I don't know if you guys are aware of a kid named Justin Lee Schultz. Justin Lee Schultz is a prodigy. He plays guitar, keys, he plays everything, and you'll see him on Instagram and stuff like that. But he is absolutely ridiculous. And I kept saying, I hope one day he gets to meet Jacob Collier, because he's the other one that's like crazy dope like that. Well, they're working on a project together now. Jacob Collier is amazing in terms of the music landscape. But of course, PJ Morton is still out there doing his stuff. I think I mentioned earlier Avery Sunshine. She has new music coming. Algebra and Anthony David, Cy Smith. There's some great music out there, man. But the landscape is different. We consume music differently. You guys talked about Spotify, but here's the deal about Spotify. Yeah, they don't pay shit. But if you got 1 million streams, that's 1 million more people than heard you on the radio. And you can do whatever you want with those streams. There's called Spotify Analytics. You go in and find where those people are. You address your fan base directly. It's probably not a game for people my age and older, unless you got the energy for it. But it's really more accessible than any record company experience could ever be, because you can directly connect with your fan base. So if you got 100,000 people that will come and support you at $5 a whop or $10 a whop, that's 500,000 or $1 million that you're not going to get working with a record company and all of that kind of stuff. You just got to figure out how to make it work. Like I said, you're your own industry, and it's a whole different way. We consume our music differently, which means that we have to find our music differently. Sign up for Bandcamp. Every Friday, they release new music. They'll send you a list of their new music. You'll find something you like. Maybe you won't, but whatever, just sign up for their list. Spotify sends out new music every week. Everybody does. We just have to find it differently. Yeah. It's out there, though.
You're right. There's good music out there.
Yeah. I'm missing a whole bunch of people. Eric Bellinger, who's my favorite little writer right now.
Robert Glasper.
Oh my God, Robert Glasper. Terrace Martin. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Yeah. Terrace, not Terrence. There's Terrace with no N. Terrace Martin is a dope saxophone player, keyboardist, writer, producer, has worked with Kendrick Lamar and Robert Glasper and a bunch of other people. But yeah, man, great music out there. We just got to go find it.
Yes. Yeah. There's a artist, a young lady I came up on, Snow Allegra.
Allegra.
She's ridiculous. She's ridiculous. I like Lucky Day. His stuff is really good. Black Pumas. I'm a fan of Black Pumas. They're kind of real different. Scott, you know Black Pumas, right? You familiar with them at all?
No, man. I'm gonna go check it out now.
Look them up. They're fun. That's a fun band. Yeah, there's a lot, some great music. And
October London.
Victoria Monet's kind of that dude on my mama. I kind of I like that.
Mama on my hood. I feel I love it. October London.
London is good, man.
Yeah. He is coming to us in the spirit of Marvin Gaye, and we are receiving him
all the way.
Yes, we are receiving it.
Kind of digging it.
Yeah. So some really cool stuff out there, man. Don't depend on terrestrial radio, because terrestrial radio is led by these major labels who are feeding another agenda. And I'm gonna just say it that way.
I listen to Pandora, and if I throw in an artist that I like, and then I just let the algorithm take me to whatever other. That's how I discover new music, how I discover new artists, and it's been a boon to my musical palette, expanding my listening, because I know I'm not going to hear it. I don't hardly listen to the radio. I listen to what's the station, the jazz station here, Kip?
91.9 WCLK.
I listen to CLK, and I love CLK, brother.
Yeah, man, CLK is dope. And because there's such an exciting soul music scene here, they still play a lot of artists that are Atlanta based.
Right.
Because like they'll play a song I did with Lil John Roberts, Closer to the Source. They'll play that. They'll play Algebra and Anthony David's version of Heaven, BB and CC Winans record. They'll play, a lot of Kim Waters, because Kim is here, and Conyers, and just nice smooth jazz and soulful stuff that's from here in the region, which I really dig, about them. We're very fortunate to live here in Atlanta when it comes to music and the diaspora of it all.
Yes. Yeah, more so than Charlotte, since I was spoiled living in LA most of my life. I got everything there. A lot of groups and bands will come to Atlanta, say, but not necessarily always Charlotte.
Yeah, we got it. We have a blessed situation here, and I respect it. I have my band Kipper Jones R&B Circus here from 1915 to 1915. Yeah, pretty freaking much from 2015 to 2020, and it was an amazing run. And just to see and be a part of that community of live musicians, live bands, the venues, the cat fights about venues, and
the video excited. When you went back to the Bay, I saw a video of you in LA.
I went
the
to
outdoor thing you did. The outdoor, it was
yeah. So in my old hometown in Carson, we went back and tried to do a little something. It was so freaking hot, I could barely breathe. That was the day I was like, okay, you really want to do this?
Right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So Greg, you're in Maryland?
Yeah, I'm in Columbia, Maryland, so I'm like right between DC and Baltimore. I get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I've been out here for about 20 years now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I want to throw a couple of things at you guys that I felt strongly about, and I don't know if you guys care. Maybe I'm the only one. But how do you feel about the fact that after all this time, the Grammys still don't recognize funk in any way, and also the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame situation with black bands and funk bands and those two institutions, and how, in my mind, I feel like they give short shrift to funk and funk bands?
Well, let me address that because
you're cutting out.
You're on mute.
No, his signal's bad.
Buffering.
We lost your audio, Greg.
Mute.
Can you hear us?
There we go. Okay. I think I hit it by accident. All right. Yeah, but one of the things about the funk, and it's both a blessing and a curse, is how do you define it? You say rock and roll, it's guitars, it's such. Country is twang, hip hop is a lot of words per minute, but nobody has come up with an ironclad definition of what funk is. So how do you have a category for it if you can't say what it is?
I'm not letting you off the hook that easy, bro.
No, bro.
Because if you can get Americana out of country, if you can get bluegrass out of country, if you can get alternative out of rock and roll, if you can get, you're squeezing out all these other subgenres, then I'm sure if you can open up a dictionary and find a picture of James Brown that says American funk musician, that you can get a category for funk. Now, here's the issue, though, because now in 2023, and to Greg, to your earlier point, who's playing it?
Church.
Well, they got those categories already, but you're right. You're right. The church musicians are killers.
But now, Kipper, you got a good point. You got a good point. Who's playing it?
Who's playing it?
Who's playing it? I'm playing it.
Yeah, I mean, but I ain't got no record out. I mean, everybody's not. I mean, who gets this? Are you hip to Fantastic Negrito?
No.
Okay.
Really good.
Okay, right. But those of us who know, but those of us who don't know that these mugs have won the best blues Grammy for like the last 3 of the last 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. And again, if you can squeeze out blues out of what they do, then we can certainly get funk out of, R&B. And that melding of R&B and hip hop has been so inarticulate. You want to talk about how do you define that? how do we get defined as, they try to call it traditional R&B and then R&B. It's like, huh?
Well,
But
look,
Beyonce's still in both categories. What the hell?
the definitions lie as to what comes out of the boardrooms. Until we get in there and let them know what is and what isn't funk, you're going to get some watered down version that's 54s up somewhere in Hollywood as to what funk is, and 10 times out of 9 they miss the point.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. And
Yeah,
then you see
but
there and go,
still, Kipper brought up the point is who's playing it and who's out there that's creating this for the Grammys to even have a category for it right now.
If Shaka Khan can win a Grammy,
but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
no new
that's
music,
a whole other thing.
then Bootsy Collins could have won a Grammy. Then
Bootsy's doing music every year, but when did Shaka get a Grammy for no music?
when did she have a music? Does she not no music and not any music? I'm talking about recently, right?
No, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah.
So
we're talking about Grammys. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. It's all kind of connected though, because you're right. I mean, by the same token, she comes from a band that was totally unrecognized in that whole situation, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
totally unrecognized. Exactly.
And there is no real funk presence at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, if you said, Sly, Parliament Funkadelic.
Didn't George win the Rock and Roll?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Parliament Funkadelic, Sly Stone. But you won't see, you won't see Fishbone, you won't see Cameo, you won't see
Ohio Players, War.
Huh?
No Ohio Players, no War.
No Ohio Players.
No Commodores.
The world is not right.
That's
Ohio
Players. That's
but Foo Fighters is in though.
Public Enemy got in, and they sent me one of their plaques because they said if it wasn't for the music you wrote, we wouldn't have got in here.
Who's this?
Public Enemy.
Oh, PE. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I wrote the music for By the Time I Get to Arizona.
There you go. Yeah.
And so I appreciated that, but will I see that? No, I don't. I won't see that. Even though all the categories that make you eligible to be a part of that, there's so many people that should be in there, but it's all politically driven, and I don't know if we want to go down that road because
which is the reason why we invented the Soul Train Awards and the BET Awards and the Image Award, the NAACP Image Awards. I would receive an Image Award if I was ever nominated for one, and I didn't win. But if I ever were to get one, I certainly would. I wouldn't take an award from BET. I simply would not. I simply would not, for the fact of what they do with contemporary music right now. You're part of the reason why the vibration is so low. Why we do music about killing each other and glorifying murder and rape and mayhem and this rape culture and all of that kind of thing. I'm not going to glorify that. If they gave me one, I'd go and say something they probably wouldn't want me to say. Because
that's why those are pre-recorded.
Somebody has to speak against it. You know what I mean? And talk or speak to it. Let me say that. Speak to it.
I remember BET had that program, and they had kids. They had a real educational kind of thing.
Teen Summit.
Teen Summit, there you go.
Man, BET used to be the shit, bro. They had Teen Summit, they had Yo MTV Raps. You used to go and sit on the couch with Donnie Simpson and have a real interview with somebody who knew like black people, and you could have like a conversation.
BET Jazz.
BET Jazz. Come on, sir. Yeah. I mean, it all made sense. It was a real effort to uphold a certain standard, but that has gone totally out of the window in favor of commerciality. And especially because Bob Johnson doesn't own, not like he was the savior of Black America, but he doesn't own BET anymore. And it's a Viacom interest. And again, they have separate interests. Some of those interests are private prisons. Sometimes they just want you to get locked up so somebody like a stakeholder might make some money. I'm just saying, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's the pipeline, maybe. You know that.
Huh?
pipeline. It's
Yeah, absolutely. The
Music.
prison to school pipeline. But what is it? By the third grade, they already know how many bands they need to have assigned. So, and that's part of that plan. I'm sorry if this, angers some of your listeners or whatever, but facts is facts. And they ain't always pretty. So
Yeah.
This is Truth and Rhythm. You know that.
The information is
all right.
available.
What's the truth part?
If you care to look, the information is available.
I mean, the Grammys, it just kills me, say like hip hop, which is based on funk, and it's got all these different subcategories and everything. And funk's still just not part of that discussion.
Absolutely. Well, Jan Winter, in his latest foot and mouth disease, has the audacity to say, Black musicians and women aren't articulate enough for me to be concerned with, or whatever his off the cuff comment was. So that just shows you right there the kind of respect they have for the creators of what it is that they call themselves celebrating.
Isn't that funny? Rolling Stone, rock and roll, they conveniently just forget that Little Richard was the main reason why you have a Keith Richards or a any of these guitars.
Any of them. And the name Rolling Stone comes from a Muddy Waters song.
Right.
The name of the band comes from that song. And but they aren't good enough to kiss. Anyway, if you up here on my wall, man, on my scribble board, it says Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For a couple of reasons. One is I was super excited to see Shaka get inducted. Because I had a song on her greatest hits album that I've long been excited about, and I've just always been a fan, and I think she deserves it. But I thought at the time she made my third Rock and Roll Hall of Fame association, because I wrote for her, because I have a duet with Eric Clapton on Sonny Emery's Rock Hard Cachet album, and because I have a duet with Sly Stone on the last Tease album from 1988 that Mtume produced, the Remember record. Sly and I did a song called Somewhere Somebody, written by Mac McAnally. And it's just he and I on vocals, standing across the mic from each other. I still can't believe it. But now it's 4, because Don Cornelius was also inducted this year. In this, what is it, special something category. And I used to dance on Soul Train. So, of course, Tommy, you know that.
But you know what, too, man? When you talk about historical significance, just the Rosetta Tharpe, Louis Jordan, you talk about rock and roll pioneers. Let's go back before Chuck Berry and Little Richard.
Look at who they were. Yeah.
Right.
And I think that Louis Jordan is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken.
Is he?
And Sister Rosetta Tharpe should be. I think so.
Yeah, they might be in. They probably have like a special roots category or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's some little subcategory.
They're inducted though. They are definitely members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah. But when I was thinking about the funk category, I was thinking nobody is recognizing DC's own Go-Go. I mean, you want to talk about funk, man, and it probably doesn't get too much thicker than that.
That's right.
But they adjusted the categories, and I think they call it folk roots or something. But it just made me think it can never be, okay, that's rock and roll or that's funk. It's always some subcategory. It's almost like they're throwing you a bone or something to say, well, we're going to get you into this institution or that Hall of Fame on this pretense or something. And it almost like when Satchel Paige got nominated for the Baseball Hall of Fame, it was like, well, it was a Negro League induction. How come it couldn't just be a straight baseball induction?
Yeah. That's the history of our country.
Category, man. That's and I think that's what's almost happening. If they don't address funk for what it is, they're probably going to make some kind of subcategory out of it.
Yeah.
And that's going to bother me. It's going to bother me a lot.
Louis Jordan was inducted in 1985,
Okay.
and Sister Rosetta Tharpe was inducted in 2018.
2018. It took that long?
Yes.
No, it wasn't that long ago. And inducted by Brittany Howard, which is totally dope because she is the current version of Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Yeah.
Brittany Howard from Alabama Shakes.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look how long it took for Shaka Khan to get in. I mean, she was eligible a long time ago.
Oh, and we started all kind of campaigns and stuff because, nobody was paying their attention, The Jan Winners of the world, they don't really care.
Yeah.
Who's this Shaka Khan? Who's
Oh, they know good and well who she was. They're just like, do we really want to bring her to the party, invite her to the party?
Are you?
Yeah,
are you Are we all NARIS members, by the way? Tommy, are you a NARIS voter?
No, I am not actually.
Why?
I don't know.
Come on, man. Here's the deal, and I don't mean to shame you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Oh, you already did.
I know. I'm taking it back. I didn't mean to use that tone, but we really can't complain about like the categories and the awards that they give and all that kind of stuff if we don't participate.
Yeah. And it's funny. I had a guy that was, I was going to do that this year, but I'm definitely going to join. I'm definitely going to join this year.
If you need, okay, so every person who is applying for a membership, you got to have a recommendation. So if you need one, call, let me know, because they give every voter 2 recommendations per voting cycle.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you.
So
I'm going to talk to you.
Yep, because I have two. I haven't used them.
See, I think maybe if they had the funk Grammy category, or they were putting in the Ohio players and people like that in the Hall of Fame, maybe more young people would be inspired to try to do more funk music. It's kind of like a chicken or the egg kind of thing.
Good dot. That's a good dot.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like everything else with kids, right? You can't be it unless you see it. When you see it go down, you're like, oh, hell, I want to do that. But there are a couple of schools here in the area and a couple of private agencies that are working with them to get like music production suites in high schools, teaching kids how to program with Logic and using Logic and Pro Tools, and and teaching them how to program through the software and record and do everything from podcasting to actual music recording. Those kinds of things are 21st century music in schools. But I think it needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every city has the one high school that's dedicated to the arts. Like you have Duke Ellington in DC. Mm-hmm. You have the Philly Academy of the Arts, where you get your Christian McBrides and your Questloves and all of those folks. Every city has one, but it's just not a given that every school has a music program like it used to be.
Yep.
It's almost like you have to really, really make an effort to get that. And it's just like a lot of things. It's not so much if you can or can't do it, it's the accessibility.
Well, guys, I want to give you a chance to talk about what you're looking to do creatively in 2024. You touched on that a little bit, but I want to give you a full chance to do that. So, Neftali, let's go back to you again. For the new year, what are you looking forward to getting done?
Yeah, well, this documentary is of course, on my heart and is a focus. Hopefully I'll be able to get it done, February, March, and once that takes off, I've been invited to some festivals in the summer. And so I'll probably be doing that too. Yeah. Get the record out.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Somehow I will. Somehow.
You got to do it, man. You got to release it because it's phenomenal. I'll vouch for that.
Yeah. That's about it. That's all. Of course, I'm totally ministering the whole time, guys. This is what I do, and this is what I continually do. And I came back to make a statement and to just let people know that it is possible to keep the genre alive. Do it again. And do it and at my age. And so if I could do it, young people could do it. That's for sure. So I'm here to lend that helping hand up. 24 looks like that to me.
And your hand is totally healed?
Oh, totally healed.
That's
Yeah.
great. Glad to hear that.
Yeah. It gives me a little problems when I really work it, like playing Two Sisters of Mystery. That's a hard song to play. And but it's good. It's good. Thank God. It's fine. I was assaulted in North Carolina at the airport, and some guy crushed my hand. That's what he's talking about.
What?
I
Yeah.
heard about that. Yeah.
Really? North Carolina? Wow.
Yeah.
Airport. Wow.
Yeah. It was.
Well, I'm glad you're doing well now, though.
I am. Thank God. I'm doing well.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed for my state here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about you.
But Tommy, you talked about the movie and so forth. What do you got going for 24?
Yeah, definitely. Progressing with the film Osmosis. I think we'll receive some funding. That's what we're into now. In the search of funding and some production on that. I don't know if I'm going to do any music. That's the thing I've been thinking about. I don't know if it's like Three Stacks, Andre 3000. He's like, I don't have much to say. You know what I mean? I think I said a lot in this, in Soul Survivor. I really poured on the album. I have George Floyd's murder impacted me so much that I wrote a song about, not that particularly, but about Black men, police, and killing Black men and women, and the one of the, this was several years ago. Of course, it seems like yesterday. They're occurring on a daily basis these days, but mass killing affected me so much. I just sat down and wrote a song about It Can Happen Here. That's the title of the song. So this was one of the most personal records that I've written in a long time. So I don't know if I have any other music. Of course I'll be recording if something hits me. If I feel, I know there's some songs that I have that I didn't release that I like to put out. But as far as I like to keep writing books, that's pretty much where my head is at right now. Writing novels and doing it like that, but also getting into a lot of. I'm a very political person, like Kip, I'm very involved in the socio-economic world and the feeling of what's going on in this country and in this city, as far as black people in general, in particular. So, I like to keep my focus there, but as far as creatively and things like that, writing more. And this Osmosis film, I think, is going to really make a difference. And we talked about young people getting more involved in funk. This, because it features young people in that era, I think seeing them playing music, the whole process. When you're a kid, you're playing on borrowed instruments, you're playing in dive bars, and then, you meet a guy who's a manager, who's a neighborhood cat, you know what I mean, who wants to manage you, put some money behind you. Next thing you know, you're recording the record, and next thing you know, you're touring the world, and all the stuff that goes in between, drugs, the jail, everything that happens in our growth from kids to where we pray maybe we can get there, maybe we don't. But if we're blessed enough to become a household name, then that path was not paved with gold. It's rocky. It's a lot of potholes and pitfalls and, all kinds of stuff that goes on. So I think this movie is going to be very relatable to everyone who watches it, not just musicians, but people in general in life. So I'm praying for that. I think that's going to be a really, really interesting kind of project to come out. Other than that, stay healthy. Stay healthy so I can do all the shit I'm talking about.
Yeah. Excellent. Very good. Greg, what about, are you going to keep touring with Clinton and doing what else in the new year?
Yeah, well, the good thing about the P-Funk gig is it's not a constant week after week after week kind of touring. It's mostly spot dates. So that will afford me some time to do some things in between. I keep talking about this solo project like it's a New Year's weight loss resolution, but I really feel like that I got to put some real effort into that this year because like I said, I just want to leave something behind for the kids and the grandkids as well. Because I mean, playing all this music and writing all of this stuff and nothing to show for it. I can do better than that, and I should. But importantly, is like I said earlier, the whole crusade to get these kids playing and performing musically is something I felt like really benefited me and millions of others in our youth, and I think it could do the same today. Given an opportunity. So, let's hope that the Baltimore Funk Foundation takes off, and maybe that'll be something that will find its way to other cities across the nation and across the world.
I had,
on a healthy thing too, I got to get back out on my bicycle again. I missed my opportunity to do the Seagull Century and the One Love Century down in Atlanta this year because of my work schedule. So I'm going to make sure I get in at least 300-mile bike rides next year.
All right. I'm a cyclist too, so definitely go for it. Yeah.
One and the same.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Kipper, what do you got for 24, man?
Well, I guess we start out the year with this Vanessa Williams single that nobody's going to see coming. This is a left hook from outer space, and I'm so excited about it. I think that's going to be the first thing. And then we launch right into February, which is Black History Month, and my Respect Yourself event, which is going to be here in Atlanta live, in Dallas live, and hopefully in LA. The other thing I want to say that I have this year, other than the Respect Yourself event, is we are riding right into the 30th anniversary of Brandy's I Want to Be Down, of Brandy's first album. And so I'm going to be celebrating that in a bunch of really cool ways, with some merchandise line. I partnered with an artist named Denise Michelle, and we have a really cool funky but it's not even like a logo, it's just a design with the words to the chorus of the song creating this afro in this girl's hair, and she's sucking on a lollipop, and it's like really like super cool. But there's that, and let me see, yes, so the Vanessa Williams project, and then Respect Yourself, and then the Brandy 30th anniversary record, and I think that's a whole lot to keep me busy. But
at least for the first half of the year.
Well, in addition to also the Respect Yourself event, the performance itself, it also follows with a course, what I call an 8-pod course, where we dissect all the songs, the writers, the producers, the time in which the songs came into being, and why they mean so much to this social justice movement in this country. It starts out with the conversation about how people, when we came to this country, we had songs that we would sing to other plantations in other places, so that people, when they heard each other, they knew what those songs meant. They knew what those lyrics meant. They knew what those drum beats meant. They knew it was coded language. even though we didn't all speak the same language when we came to this country, because, you know, people say, oh, well, they came from Africa. Yeah, Africa's a continent. So we came from lots of different, not just countries, but tribes within those countries. So we didn't all speak the same language, same dialect and all that kind of stuff. But what we did was we communicated with each other anyway, because we had music, and that music was so full of not just context. It wasn't just the notes, but it was messages. And so I start out with all of that language, talk about us bringing the banjo to this country and all of that kind of thing that we don't talk about anymore. But we end up at Frankie Beverly and Mays, of all places, because when you play Before I Let Go, back whoa, if you play that in a room full of white folks, they're going for drinks. But if you play that in a room full of black folks, we head into the dance floor to do the electric slide. It's what we do. It's cultural. It is
That's
thing.
The real black national anthem.
Yeah, it is the official black national anthem. That is what I call it as well. Thank you, Brother Greg. Thank you. But because it is a signal to all of us. It's multi-generational. Get your grandmother, get your mother, get the kids. We head into the dance floor to go do the electric slide. That's what that song means. Every performance that I've ever done it, that's what happens. So the same way that we started out is the same way that we are now. So I know that we can pull our collective vibration up and add this curriculum, shall you say, to our black music conversation. And that's what I'm adding to the conversation. And I'm going to spend the whole year doing that too. So
it's funny you brought up Maze. I just had them on Friday.
Which Maze?
Yeah.
Well, they were the touring band with Frankie Beverly. They split up.
So
this year.
Jubu and them?
Yeah, Jubu and Rome and
okay, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
So
that's Maze. Anyway. Yes.
Congratulations on the I Want to Be Down, man. I just heard the remix the other day on the radio.
With Latifah and Light.
And I was about this.
Yes.
I was jamming, man. Yes. Yeah, good job on that, brother. Really.
Man.
Yeah, my favorite cut from that was Baby Baby.
Yes, which was our second single. Yeah. I don't want that. Yeah, that's so funky.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's funky. That's funky.
Yeah, it was so stripped down.
Yes.
But that's what made it as good as it was.
That's what stood out apart. Yeah.
You could see everybody playing.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
and I'm so excited by what you all have coming for next year, man. I can't wait. Very cool.
Me too.
I wish you all the best of luck with it. And I'm so grateful for the creativity you continue to bring into this world. Before I let you go, though, I got to ask you
Before I let you go.
Right.
What can you say to the viewers and listeners for the holiday season and the new year? What can you give them for best wishes, for encouragement, whatever you like? So who'd like to go first?
I'll go first, so I can be quick. I think that if we could just find it in our hearts, whoever we are and whoever's hearing this, to just share a little kindness. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything to hold a door for somebody. Doesn't cost you anything to ask somebody how they're doing and then to listen to them. And I think that kind of shifts the atmosphere. If we all realize that we all love our children, and that really kind of makes us all the same, I think we can do a better job at what this humanity thing looks like right now. But I really, really am praying for humanity. So that's what I want to say. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a great, great, great holiday.
I just want to piggyback off of Kip. It was it's similar in the same vein. Just there's so much chaos in the world right now, and in this universe. Just people should just know that we're all connected. There's no way in the world that we can exist without each other. I think the pandemic really did a job on humanity, because it kept us from touching each other. It kept us from, even in New York, you know, so crowded, you bump up against somebody just walking down the street. But that was a connection that humans have. I think what happened was we, and maybe as a result of that, chaos reigns today because of the lack of connection that we have with each other. I think if we love each other and remember that we're all the same, that we all experience the same things, I think block out the noise that is definitely all over, and realize that we're all one, no matter what race or religion or whatever it is. You know, we all are the same. We all experience the exact same things when it comes to loss, when it comes to love, when it comes to everything. So just realize there's humanity that exists in all of us, and try to be a better person to yourself, to your children, to your wife, your husband, your kids, whatever, just so you can live in this world, man. You know, that's pretty much it. And everybody enjoy your life, you know. Especially when we get where we are in age and we're up, you know, we do what we do, but we're blessed and happy to be here. People go, hey, you know, no, yes. Don't you want to get this? Don't you want to get to this point? You know, don't you want to get where you have experience, where you've experienced life and you've experienced the ups and the downs, and you've had a life, instead of saying, oh, I didn't. No, I can say I've had a life. I've been blessed to have a career, to do something that, you know, is like a basketball player, you know, 1 in a million, you know, to be able to do to be able to do this game, man, to be in this thing. So yeah, just love each other, man, you know, and peace on earth, goodwill towards men. You know what I'm saying?
Know what you're saying. Yeah. Greg, why don't you go? We'll let the minister bring us home.
Okay. I'm going to pseudo piggyback on what everybody else is saying, and division amongst us is a money maker for those with the most money, and I think that the quicker we realize how much we are all the same, and you know, we call it the holiday season because it's for the most part faithless. You know, yeah, it's Christmas. Yeah, there's Kwanzaa. Yeah, there's Hanukkah, and you could go on and on and on and on. But the root of human existence is to love each other as we would want ourselves to be loved. Seems simple, seems corny, but it's a formula that works, but just hasn't been implemented to its fullest. And I think, you know, with the distractions of Christmas decorations being sold Labor Day weekend and all of this other stuff, let's remember, if we can't do it, if we find it so hard to do it all year long, let's see how much of a habit we can make love for the next month. And then once it becomes a habit, then maybe it'll carry over into January. Maybe it'll carry on to the next year. Maybe it'll carry over to the rest of our lives. But we can't go on looking at each other side eye and hating people like we are, and lying and cheating and stealing and being greedy. That's going to it's going to be our undoing if we don't wake up and realize that love is going to save all of us. And that's my 2 cents and some change. Enjoy your holiday, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Thank you, Greg. Neftali, what do you have for us?
Well, you know, I totally agree with what everybody said. And I just want you folks to know out there that it's a big world. It's a big world we live in. And it starts with you. You are the one who starts the chain. You are the one that puts the wheel in motion. It takes one person to start a movement. Don't be discouraged. Find your peace inside of you. Find your calling and roll with it. Like it's the last day on earth, because you don't know, it might be. Tomorrow's not promised to any of us. You know, so treat every day like it is the last day. And like Greg said, I mean, respect your brother like you would want respect. let's try respecting each other. You know, and 24 here, let's really make an effort to love. I'm on a quest to love myself because that's been a problem with me. And I know that once I accomplish that, then I can truly release everything in me. I can love someone else, but it's hard for me to receive. So I'm really pushing the point of just getting on equal ground with each other here. You know, loving each other like you want to be loved, and find your peace. Find your peace. And I think once you align yourself, it's like being on a train track. You stay on that track, you're just going to go straight ahead. Well, if you look to the left or right, get distracted, you're going to go off track, and it's going to take you that much longer to get back on. In fact, when you get derailed, you might not get back on the track. It's hard. It's very hard. It's easier, and it might not seem that way, folks, but it's easier to stay on track and move very slow than it is to passionately make a move that you're going to regret.
The rules are real simple. And I lost a very dear friend, a mentor this week, Reverend Carlton Pearson, whom I have just been following for most of my adult life. And he makes it very easy for all of us to understand, all of us who are believers, to love God and love God's people. That's it. It's just that simple. So that is my prayer for everyone. God bless you. God keep you.
Kipper, Neftali, Tomi, Greg, thank you so much. We had some meaningful dialogue, I think, that went in some very interesting directions, and very much appreciate you participating and your thoughts and, your passion, and of course the music. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Scott, for doing this.
Rogues Gallery.
Thank
and
you
I wish
all.
you
Love
all
y'all, man. Brethren.
Best of the holidays. Be safe. Be good.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Truth in Rhythm. A big thank you goes out to our guest as well as to you, the viewer and listener. Also, much gratitude to Pleasure for supplying the show's funky opening and closing music. As a reminder, you can always access the complete list of linked shows by episode at funkandstuff.net. I urge you to support this program and receive the extra benefits along with that by subscribing to the Funk and Stuff channel on YouTube and sharing it with funk, R&B, and jazz lovers, joining Truth and Rhythm's membership program at Patreon, submitting a donation at funkandstuff.net, buying Everything is on the One, the First Guide to Funk book at Amazon, shopping at the Funky Things store for cool merchandise at funkandstuff.net, and linking through funkandstuff.net for all of your Amazon purchases. In addition, if you're an artist or anyone seeking proven, results-oriented professional marketing, PR, writing, or editing consultation or production, check out the media services section at funkandstuff.net. Also, I encourage you to drop me a line at scottg@funkandstuff.net. I love the feedback, suggestions, guest requests, appearance and sponsorship inquiries, and just talking about my favorite subject, groove-based music. For now, and as always, this is Scott Dr. GX Goldfine saying, keep on vibing to the rhythm of the one.